Morning. Can you just bear with me a minute? I've just got a shot framed up here. The sun is literally just rising over there, and I just want to catch the early morning sun on the side of this tree and on this bird hide over here, which I'll talk to you about in a minute. So you can just watch while I do my stuff. The light's going to keep changing all the time, obviously, as it gets brighter. So I'm currently on F10. I'm focused on this tree, and that's given me enough depth of field for the boards in the bird hide to also be in focus. I wasn't sure whether I was going to need to focus stack, but I'm further enough away from this tree. Sorry about the noise, by the way. It's the mainline train station, the mainline train line going through here past Holme Fen, and you get used to that noise. Surprising the wildlife put up with it, but I guess they've got no choice. Let me quickly show you the composition just before I get the light. So this is the shot that I'm framing up. You can see I've got the hide here in the bottom right hand corner, and I've got this tree overhanging the top there, which looks quite nice. Some reeds in the foreground, and then I'm hoping when the sun rises that the sun will hit the right hand side of the hide, light up the hide, hopefully light up these grasses in the foreground as well. Yeah, should hopefully be a nice shot. The only thing that is slightly annoying is I can't see how. I think I'm probably about 28, 30, which isn't that wide actually, but the hide looks, because it's on the edge, it looks as though it's slightly distorted. Not sure. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, there's some light hitting there now. In fact, I can put the shutter speed a little bit quicker, go 1/10 of a second. Yeah, I'm just wondering whether that was distorted or not. I don't think it is. It actually doesn't matter that much. There's a bush that's covering the front of the hide anyway. All that light's now beginning to hit. I'm going to just keep taking this now, just as the light hits the tree and hits the board on the hide. It's a shame there's no clouds in the sky behind. It's a cloudless sky today. Am I happy with that composition? This is where you keep questioning yourself. I like there's two sections of twigs and leaves dangling down off of that branch here, that silver birch, that it's just pointing down towards the hide. I quite like that. Well, there's three actually. I think that looks quite nice. I think if I'd come here any later, that bush also would be full of leaf and you wouldn't be able to see the hide. I like the fact you can just see the hide. I may do just to be safe, I may do a focus stack. Focus on this tree, just focus on the hide, just to be safe. Yeah, it's not much out, but just a touch. So F10, 1/10 of a second, ISO 100. I could push my histogram up a bit more actually now. So I'll go slightly slower. I can go 1/8 of a second. Just pushing my histogram a bit to the right. Yeah, that's nice. So I'm going to check that focus point on. So this on the hide is okay. Let's just have a look on the tree. Not sure whether that will be good enough. Oh, there's some beautiful light on that tree now. Actually, it's quite sharp. Yeah, it's quite sharp. Oh yes, lovely light. Lovely light. Sorry. Forgot where I was then. I'm recording a YouTube video. You know, I'm just going to do one more on this tree. Just because I can. In terms of focus point, that is. Just focus back on that tree. It's better. Yes. Now what more are we going to get? So we've got some nice warm light on the side of the tree. We've got some light, not as much light actually on the hide as I'd hoped. The sun is up now. It's a little bit darker than I'd hoped actually, but the blue sky is just blue and horrible. I just looked at that sun and now I've got a sunspot in my eye and I can't see, I'm blinded. Don't do that. It's a daft thing to do. Right. I'm just going to one more. I'm going to go F11. Just for the hell of it. Just for the hell of it. And push that out a wee bit to 1/6 of a second. Histogram says I can get away with that. It's not clipping. Yeah. Oh, look. A couple of Canada geese. Morning. They weren't very loud, were they? Obviously knew I was filming. Right, I'm gonna stop and take a breather, turn you off, show you this picture, and then I'll tell you all about where I am today, which you already know, what this place is, what my project is about, and how I'm a happy bunny. So welcome back to Holme Fen, and welcome particularly to Trundle Mere Lookout hide, which is where I'm standing now. I'm at the northeastern tip of Holme Fen, and all on my left hand side, your right hand side, all of this area here, including where we're standing, was once Whittlesea Mere. Now Whittlesea Mere was a huge lake. In fact, it was the largest lowland lake in the UK, 6 miles across, but it wasn't very deep. It was only sort of 6 to 7 feet deep in places, but it was a huge expanse of water, and it was one of the last sort of lakes of its size to be drained here in the Fens, and I think it finished being drained, I think 1851. And obviously where we're standing on the edge of the Fen, we're, as I say, we're really on the edge, probably on the banks of what was Whittlesea Mere, and Holme Fen around that time was clearly also very boggy, and it is a peatland bog, as I've said before, and that's when the draining started and the land started to drop, and this beautiful beautiful silver birch plantation it started to grow, and it's just a place I love, as you guys know. Whittlesea Mere was obviously a place where you could earn a living in those days as well. The bulrushes and the reeds were harvested. Fishing, obviously because it was a lowland freshwater lake full of pike and eel and roach, so you could earn a living fishing. And wildfowling was a job, I guess, that certain people had. And I read that there was these sort of sled-like boats that were created on sort of bone runners, and what the wildfowlers used to do is they used to put reeds at the end of the boat, and so they were hidden behind these reeds while they were boating out, and then with their duck gun would then sort of crouch round the corner of these reeds and shoot the unexpected geese, ducks, wildfowl. So yeah, a little bit of potted history there of the north end of Holme Fen. I'm going to have a wander back through now. The sun is well and truly up, and while I'm going through I'll tell you a little bit more about where I am today in terms of the area of silver birch here in Holme Fen, and a bit more about the project that I'm now going to kick off in 2021. I just spotted these 4 young saplings just standing in this clearing just on the edge of the path here. And what I like about this is where the early morning sun is catching this front sapling here, and the dark brown of the trunk of the tree is really rich and brown, and then you've got 3 other smaller trees just behind it, and there's some, as you can see, these tall reeds that are sort of nearly head height just on the floor here, and they're dead straight, and these 4 saplings are quite straight, apart from this first one which has got a bit of a kink in it. And just that colour contrast, it's really nice. I quite like it. So I've taken a shot with the 4 of these trees in, with the sort of kinky one second in, and then I've cut the one off to the right hand side, because sometimes odd numbers work better than even numbers. So I've just tried the 3, and with the 3 what I shall probably do is either do a square crop or a 4x3 just of the section in the middle with the dark brown tree in the forefront. I've also done quite a few tests with depth of field. I've taken some at f5.6, some even at f11, just to give me a bit of detail in the background. So yeah, I've played around with those, but it's a simple shot, but it's the light that's coming through here hitting the tree, and also the way it's hitting the tops of these reeds is beautiful. Yeah, quite an interesting shot. So you know that I love my telephoto lens in the woods, and this is exactly why I use it. As I was just walking down this path, just out the corner of my eye I spotted some green moss on the floor that was just catching the sunlight coming through, glistening. And next to it there was a little spindly little sapling that was also catching the light. So, you know, telephoto on, and I'm into 400mm, and I'm right in on the base just to pick out that detail. And it's a really sort of intimate little scene within the woodland, but without the telephoto you'd stand no chance of getting it, because it would get totally lost. time for a break, time for a cup of tea. So let me tell you a little bit about this project. I've mentioned it actually quite a while ago, last year, that I wanted to do this project, and I'm going to kick it off now. Now we're allowed to travel again. Holme Fen, just to put it in context, is probably about, what, 16, 17 miles away from where I live. It's about half an hour drive, 20 minutes, half an hour drive. So it is very local to me, but I just felt that during lockdown, although it was local, it just wasn't right to drive here and travel here. So I've avoided the place, which, as you can imagine, has been quite hard because, you know, I do love this place, and seeing the snow that we had and the frosts and some of the fog, yeah, that was tough. But I'm here now, and the plan is to try and make the most of it this year. So what I want to do is take you guys around the fen and break it down into chunks, really, because it's quite a big expanse of woodland. It's effectively divided into 3 sections, Holme Fen. At the top in the north, you've got a section called Stilton Roughs, and that's where I am today. I've started in Stilton Roughs. In the middle, you've got Middle Covert, and then to the south, you've got Jackson's Covert. There is a lake in the top section, Trundle Mere, and a lake in the bottom section. And in the middle, you've just literally just got silver birch, but they're more widespread. Now, you've obviously got various paths that run throughout the fen, and whenever you come here, please try and stick to the paths. This is an SSSI, and therefore we need to be very aware of the wildlife, the vegetation, the plants, the insects, everything around this place. So be very respectful when you do come here. But there are plenty of paths that take you through the fen, and my aim is to try and map it out so you can see where you can walk, and you can also see some of the characters in the old trees that I've found as I've been on my travels. And what I intend to do is to map them on the Holme Fen map using images and locations, and I'm probably going to put them into what 3 words as well, so I can find them. I'm not sure whether I can share that or not, but I'll put each one into what 3 words. And what 3 words is an app that was, I think, used and designed for location of individuals where they maybe get stuck. If so, you know, for up a mountain in Snowdonia or the Lake District and get stuck, you can pinpoint your position on what 3 words, so rescuers can find you. Mountain rescue. But I'm using it purely just to pinpoint the location of particular trees because it's very precise. And then once I've done that, my ultimate aim is to try and work with Natural England, who run and maintain the fen, to try and develop a guide that, you know, could be shared more widely. But I need permission to do that, and I'm in discussions with them, and they've been really supportive so far. So hopefully, you know, that will be quite an interesting project. It will go on for quite some time through the seasons. So today I'm at Stilton Roughs. So I'm starting off this project in the north of the fen here at Stilton Roughs. Actually, an area that I haven't been to very often at all, and certainly not photographed as much as I probably should have done. This is a very dense area of silver birch here at Stilton Roughs. Although this time of year it's probably the better time, during the winter anyway, to shoot it, because the bracken obviously has died off. In the summer months when the bracken is higher, it's a very dense area. And now that does throw up opportunities and compositions of real, you know, chaotic scenes of silver birch. But it's quite a harder area to shoot, but you know, it's a challenge, and we like a challenge. So like today, for instance, you know, I've just found a few intimate scenes by just stopping, looking where the light's hitting, and just finding a few little collection of birches, or they're using the mosses or using the trees. In fact, I can see a sapling there that's glistening in the light green leaves. I might take that in a minute once I've finished recording this. There's just so many opportunities here, there really is. So that's the project. So this is the first video of that project. There will be several other videos throughout. I'll do one in Middle, one in Jackson, and then maybe particular areas also, maybe around the lakes. And the aim is to you know, create a collection of videos which will, you know, show you where to go, how to get here, where to park, best times of year, and pinpoint some of the characters that I find along the way. So yeah, hope that will be interesting for you guys. So now I'm going to grab that shot before the light disappears. Just wanted to show you this old boy here. It's got some age to him. Really nice old tree that sits proud amongst the front row of the silver birches here, just to the southern end of Stilton Roughs. I marked it on the map, marked it on what 3 words. It's right next to the drain here. I shot this several years ago from the other side of the drain when it caught some evening light, I think that was. I was here for sunset. But yeah, beautiful old character of a tree. The fact it just stands out amongst the silver birches is what makes it a little bit different. It's a great subject to shoot. So yeah, some good age to it, some good character, and yeah, one worth having a go at. Like this. Not the best day to shoot it today. Light's too harsh, but never mind. Well, I think I'm going to call it for this vlog. It's been absolutely brilliant to be back here this morning. Thoroughly enjoyed myself at Stilton Roughs here at Holme Fen. So this, as I said earlier, is the first part. There will be several parts to these videos now this year. There may well be a Stilton Roughs A, B and C, depending on if we come back different conditions of the year. And then of course I'll do some videos at Middle Covert and Jackson's Covert as well, and show you around there and show you where some of the trees are that I've shot before, and find some new ones as well. But for today, it's a glorious day. I think I'm going to need to take my jacket off soon. It talks of nearly 20 degrees today, would you believe it? We're still in March. But yeah, it's been a beautiful morning, and I'm now going to just enjoy the place, have a wander around. I've got plenty of time. Yeah, enjoy being back really. So thanks ever so much for joining me again. Really do appreciate it. Look out for more videos from Holme Fen in the future, and check out some of my previous videos as well. That will be really good of you. So thanks again. Give us a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. See ya.